I've just bought a new gun. I'm a big Trekkie fan, so this is Star Trek Resurgence. Please like and subscribe if you get the chance. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to join me here. And yeah, much love. Let's get into it. Let's just look at the settings. This is one of those Telltale style games. I hope they don't copyright me. I keep getting copyrighted for music. I keep getting copyrighted for music. Choices. Dive deep. Oh, okay. I don't want to do that right now. Let's go straight in. Empty slot. Just been at work all day. Finished. Now I've got some good time to play some. What is it? There we go. There we go. Time to play some games before I get my children tomorrow. And my daughter's birthday, so we're going to have some fun times. This is dramatic generation events. You shape the choices you make. Yeah, they always say that. Here we go. I'm just going to be quiet for the minute, unless any music comes on.
Stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them.
There's our runabout.
Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resurgence.
She's Bajoran.
Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Oh. It's all going off now. Oh. Wasn't ready. Wasn't ready.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Don't close your eyes, and yet you joined Starfleet.
You don't like flying. And yet, you joined Starfleet.
There's a reason I'm not a pilot.
You should try it sometime.
Face your fears.
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
New commanding officer.
Jara step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Is that the Akira class? Favourite ship, Miranda class? Oh, I don't know what that. Equinox, I think that one is. I don't really know the other one. That's the Excelsior down there. I'm going to geek out today. Geek out. Not too much because, you know, you got to keep that stuff. The USS Enterprise. Oh, when's this set then? If it stays in some form of the other Telltale games, you're gonna, you know, be done. So I like that uniform. I feel that was the best uniform they've had. Is he not coming? I cannot go and see him. Oh, okay. Check it security. Engage.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
I got a feeling we're going to encounter some Klingons. Some Klingons or some Romulans. Oh, he's back.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the academy.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalen test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the academy.
So very impressive.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you.
Give you some motivation.
It's tough, but you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
I think you wave your commander over like that.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds.
She's got a ring on her. You don't really see much jewellery. Jar at ride deck.
Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalen test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry,
I wasn't
really...
first place. No, you know the pleasure is mine.
I
Just say the pleasure.
came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure's mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
God, wasn't Star Trek good? Thinking back at that, let's throw it out there. I think Cisco was the best captain. I don't think he gets enough. I know people like Picard or Kirk. Janeway, I thought Janeway was quite decent, but she was too preachy, weren't she? Janeway, really. Is that my steam runner? My favourite is a steam runner. That's the motor, and oh, there's another ship down there, actually. Okay. Repair status. Get out my way. But wasn't Star Trek good, eh? Think back in the day. Oh, I suppose it's no, it hasn't. It's been shit the last few years. That's. I'm trying to think of a good one. The last real good one was like Deep Space Nine, wasn't it? And then the rest are just trash. Enterprise weren't that bad, but then they went on all this woke nonsense. Especially that other one, Discovery. I like Picard season 3 for what it was, but it seemed a bit implausible, some of the stuff. And I think I bowed out because it was like, I think it was all about the Borg again.
I remember
It's like,
my briefing.
oh, here we are.
Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Can I up the brightness here? Because my is it? Yeah. Just go for a bit of brightness. So that's obviously not him. Let's just talk to him anyway.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
God, they're all from the Resolute.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
Yeah, see much jewelry in Star Trek.
Nerves must be getting to me.
Remember they had the Bajorans had the earrings, didn't they? But they weren't allowed to wear them. And then they cling up.
Thanks so
Remember?
much, Commander.
Anyone loves Deep Space Nine? It was neck bones. Cardassian neck bones. I'm looking for a Bolian. I'm just going to speak to anyone I can speak to, really.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks. I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Oh, she said it. Excuse me. There he is. That's our man.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It was perfectly fine. No trouble at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
I think she's Bajoran, isn't she?
We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier star.
What have you heard? Spare the flat. Let's say, what have you heard?
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, tactical officer and chief of security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky.
Yeah, let's not blow smoke up my ass, because then they're going to tell you off at some point in this thing. Is that Miranda class?
She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunctioned. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew. At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other.
That's a high price, I'd say.
That's what it means to be a crew.
To have lost so many lives. That's a high price to pay.
Too high by any estimation. But there's nothing that can be done about it now except get back to work.
Yeah, focus on the now.
And make sure it never happens again. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time. And I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first.
Thanks for the heads
Until
up.
they come to value your contributions as much
I
as
can earn their trust. I'll say thanks for the heads up.
Thank you. Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you ought to know.
I appreciate it.
Starfleet has assigned us a high priority mission.
Press X to impact your choices. Carter, Jarrah. X-Gallo is grateful for the sense of humour and nervous on the shuttle flight. Jarrah had made a good impression on the first Commander Ermot. Commander Ermot? I'm the commander. I didn't think you could have two commanders on the same ship. Coming from the inquisitive and appreciative. I suppose there are. While showing empathy for the crew of the Resolute suffered. Running. Stealth shooting. I am actually going to turn the music down because I don't want to get copyrighted here.
I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Let's get to it.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
And this is your other crew member, Ensign. I think if I can see his rank.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Find the plasma torch. It's going to be that one, isn't it? I'm not sure putting a flame next to a could be in like a say an engine or combustible material is the best thing. I would have done it. Batteries. Batteries for the thing.
Is that?
Now you only change the battery, fella. The lower decks. Like that Star Trek lower deck thing was a piece of crap as well. I know it's funny. It was trying to be funny and all that.
I thought that
Oh, Trill. Obviously, he's a human. Terran.
Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to
fucking-
it, Millie.
He only changed the battery. Bloody heck.
Not a moment too soon.
Not like
Boss
it's
wants us down in engineering, like now.
Let's run. I can run. Yes. Go. I figured out run. What's this?
Come on.
Oh, these are heavier than they look. Makes more sense than zero G. You're welcome.
Any more probes? Oh, let's do that one as
I
well.
can see myself. And you know what?
Carter
Not
Diaz.
half bad.
Ah. Alright, I'm coming. Can I just look around a bit? Oh, proper Star Trek this is, eh? Aye.
Good to see her fully operational again.
USS
If she
Resolute.
breaks, we'll just fix her.
Junction 34B gives you access to the tubes behind
Is that the Enterprise?
turbo lift.
Not after
Oh, no.
retrofit. Bulkhead cuts it off at section 2. New computer.
I talked to her.
Hey,
So then,
need any help?
We'll have to do the work in that.
Okay. Good luck.
I was going to say, we've got a mission. Come on then. Oh, can you just go a bit slower? Maybe a bit slower next time, fella.
Engineering.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good.
Yeah, remember, your Exo's not your friend.
I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious.
Be optimistic, but she's going to be like a stern ballbuster.
Looks
You know,
like
they
we've
can't
been
do-
here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been
So
forced to
in
make,
replacement,
Petty
almost
Officer
late.
Solar
He's
on
not late.
repeated
Sorry for.
occasions.
Let's say almost. He's going to be cocky.
Commander Chovak, isn't it true that if we were almost late, it categorically means that we were not late?
That is correct, Mr. Diaz.
Logic.
If anything, Ed Solar and I are following the schedule to the letter.
Yes. Perhaps I should adjust the schedule accordingly.
Oh, he doesn't like us.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood.
The storm will pass.
But
Let's
many
just say we'll be
systems have been
ready.
affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
Oh, that's not gonna.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz.
I'll say you ain't gonna get on his good.
Is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job. Right now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes, Commander
Roger that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
Can I just look at the other one? Lieutenant Chovak found Carter to be cheeky and cavalier when he and Edsel. Yeah, but he was right.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what
We
Chovak
were
said.
almost late. He's not late.
You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
I say you worry too much.
Consequences be damned.
You gotta have some faith, Millie. Starfleet Command wouldn't send us out if we weren't ready.
6 months ago, I probably would have said the same thing. But this isn't just any old refit or any old
Oh,
relaunch.
whoa. Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board.
That's a
It's
odd
gotta be
jump, weren't
tough
it?
coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They better be ready.
We've been through a whole hell of a lot as a crew. They're gonna have to prove themselves before they're really one of us.
Yeah, you're right. Anyone could look serious in a clean uniform. Show me what you can do when everything's falling. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to be more like he likes his friends, but he's not.
Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome.
He doesn't do well with command.
As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Remember these spacesuits from Star Trek First Contact?
Here.
Assimilate this.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
Oh, he's going to get some. He's going to get some. He still gets some in Star Trek land.
See you on the other side.
Say, look at this. This is proper Star Trek. None of that Discovery bullshit. Pardon my French. It's proper Star Trek now, this is. Show that ever a proper Star Trek show after Dates. What was it? I think Deep Space Nine was the last, because they went back to Enterprise, which was it was alright, but it was just yeah. And then what was the other ones? I think Enterprise was the last. I think it was decent, wasn't it? You thought it was bad, and then you saw the actual bad ones, like with Jesus Burnham, and then they became more action showy, didn't they?
That view never gets old.
Let's go.
Ooh, on the hull. There's a steam runner. Steam runner. That's one of my favourite ships. I think that is my favourite ship, steam runner. I like the aft torpedo launcher. What was that? Star Trek. What was that game? Like Fleet Commander. All hands on deck.
Should be here momentarily. You'll have to forgive me. I don't know much about Kobleods.
So she got sick. Oh, she's not Bajoran.
A steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen.
I thought she was Bajoran.
And we have
I'm not gonna
plenty
lie.
of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
This ain't your quarters. Then the captain's gonna have a problem if you're rifling through his pissing drawers.
He's still got a thing for trains. The warp engines of their day, apparently.
The warp engines of their day.
We'll be out there soon. Going where no one has gone before.
Where no one has gone before. Space. The final frontier. What's it?
Just a sip of something.
Ractagino. It's gotta be Ractagino.
Ractagino.
That's what Picard had.
That sure has a kick.
Omni-Man.
Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship
This is enough for me.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard,
Efficiency is the key.
a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
Let's say it was a malfunction.
I heard that you had an equipment malfunction.
Is that what they're calling it? No, that's just someone being generous. If anything, it was a leadership malfunction. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there. Within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle.
Can I up the voices in any way? Tricorder mode. Master volume. I put the music down, but you can't really hear the dialogue, can you?
It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
The crew knew the risks. Yeah, they're saying the crew knew the risks.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO. And I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission.
Like Data said,
That just won't work.
you can rely on me.
And that's when things start to go sideways.
Once he's made a decision.
Whether I agree or disagree, I can promise that I'll be honest to a fault.
Good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, it has to be my call. Look.
Here's the last line of call.
We can't afford another mistake.
Captains do.
Or at least I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. 2 previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly.
No, she guessed
Very
it.
nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will... But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Thank you. But I feel like I still have so much to learn.
You'll have plenty of opportunity. And if you're willing to put in the work, I'll do everything in my power to help you along the way.
No point in saying that. You've just said your career's hanging in a thread. Can I look at his tricorder? Let's get going. Put it to the bridge.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman.
Oh, there's Bajoran.
Business.
One of.
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer.
He seems like a dick.
Come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time. And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
That's very kind.
That's very kind of you to say. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me.
That's very flattering.
Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
You really do know a thing or two about me. I'm glad I could inspire you, but it's important to chart your own path.
Thanks. You can count on it.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here.
Guys, forget those ones. Forget those people in the back. They're just red shirts.
Starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Okay, now but you at least have a little bit of a rundown of like sit in the captain's chair. What's that?
Tactical holodais. Just like they've got on the Excelsior. Operations. Staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Ermont.
Yeah, let's just have a think to ourselves. Oh, can you not talk to everyone? Science.
Station. The Resolute is a science vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude. I'll have to speak with him later.
Yeah, dipshit.
The first officer seat. My seat. Right now, though, I need to fill in for Captain Solano.
Captain's gone for it.
Tactical station. Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much. But if it comes to that, we'll be ready.
God, looks like she's a bit small for that tactical station.
Communications. Keeps us in contact internally and with other vessels. So many decks. full of crew that are now my responsibility.
Oh, she's dead. Look at this one. She's dead. Engineering. She's dead. Not even coming up now. Oh, we found the red shirt. Who's this one? If that's operations, what's this? Oh, let's get in the chair. Let's get in the chair. Begin command.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
Condition red. Get to red alert. Oh, here we go.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
I'm just going to pause it for a sec because I need the toilet. I'll be back in a moment. I'll let everyone just look at this stuff for a second. Commander Irma Calloway was reassured by Joe's modesty and leadership potential after their first meeting. 1 second. Hello everyone, thank you for coming back. I'm just going to chomp on this chocolate.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
Now, what are you complaining about? We got the best seat in the house out here. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy.
So literally in space. What more do you want to do?
Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak.
No, you gotta have goals and
At the Sif emitter.
expectations, but set yourself goals, love.
Proceed with the recalibration.
You don't want to be a petty officer all your life.
Beginning recalibration.
I'm gonna say you're on that line. Touch the node.
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
Tune the nodes. Move the tool. Not even time, but
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
attitude.
Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
So you're useful.
Well, I'm so glad you said that. Now I know exactly who to turn to when I have questions.
Questions are more Commander Ermont's territory. Captain Solano primarily relies on my knowledge and expertise when he needs answers. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given
Pardon
your
me.
vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario,
I'll say thank you for you.
but not outside the realm of possibility.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all. Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
I was to say.
Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill.
He was his lover, I reckon.
And
Try get to know
he's
me.
one of my closest friends.
I could
So
never
can
fill
only
his
hope
shoe.
that you'll live up to expectations.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase.
Kill him with kindness. Oh, on, go to him. He's grey. I was left with mixed feelings about Joe's sustainability and the first officer. Oh, so green is you like them, red is you hate them, and then, you know, grey is in the middle. Officers as they first met on the bridge.
Let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual. Unlike anything I've ever... At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities all over.
Red alert.
Aye.
Battle stations! Red alert!
Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Activating sensor visualization on screen.
Get to your emergency positions.
Integrity field shut down. We can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it
Yeah,
wrong.
shields up.
Bedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
That can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
So much stuff you need to do outside the bloody ship.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
I've seen Star Trek so many times now, you can do it. I know what to do. Move the chips.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Obviously going to be some sort of explosion at her.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us.
It's an alien life form.
Try to disrupt it with my phaser.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
Can't you just jump? Use your phaser to clear the path. Oh shit!
We're almost to the regulator.
I just shot her.
We're at the regulator port. Opening the access panel.
And now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
Oh. Manual cranks.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral. The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovat can...
God, where are you, Captain? While all this is happening.
Get down! Diaz to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
I know, but we've got
Starbase
no
is
choice.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
All right, Starbase, we're on it.
Acknowledged.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Jara?
Captain, you brought me here because you trusted me. Can you trust me now?
You better be sure you make the right decision.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
Best polarity.
Is protocol.
And there are lives.
What is the holdup?
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
Defiant. Oh shit, I didn't know that. I should have followed the captain's orders. Oh shit.
This is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Oh fuck.
4, 3,
Quickly!
2, 1. Mark!
Grab my hand!
Should have been the bolts.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Push, damn you! Oh. Teamwork for the makes the dream work. Come on! Yeah, but the captain didn't know the whole story, did he?
Look out!
got you. Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Etzelar there to access the interior.
Let's go!
Go in there now.
Oh, shit! How did that get through our shields? Go up.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time. No time to fight me on this. Get in there.
No way.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
I've made a tactical decision. You're hurt. You could have concussion or anything. Oh shit! Get it out! These are alien life forms, obviously.
We made it.
They're safe. Bringing
What's
Miss
his
Etzelar
problem?
online.
Do it.
Captain's gonna tell me off, isn't he? Captain's gonna tell me off. Alright, I'll leave it there for now, and then we'll redo it. For those on Twitch, stay around. For those on YouTube, this will be the next episode. So thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for taking the time out of your day. Much love.